Welcome to Arresting Normality. My name is Aaron, joined as always with Travis from Howie Games and Cody from Stealing Life. How are you? How's life? What are we doing here? What is existence? Why is born?
That's not a good start, man. Wow. Welcome to Depression Cast. Holy shit.
You know, I'm in the middle of watching a documentary on Rachmaninoff's life, and it's depressing. You know, he loved Russia so much, so much. And then he had to leave because the Second World War was about to start. And he's like, yeah, that's going to be bad.
Yeah, this might suck.
And he even was reflecting on the train. He was leaving to Switzerland, and then he was going to bail from Switzerland to New York. And, he's like, I really hope I get to see Russia again because he loved the country. And he died never getting to go back to his homeland. And he was not happy about that. He was a sad dude. You can tell that from his music.
Can I make a suggestion? That you don't watch sad stuff before we do a podcast? Because it just puts you in a bad mood.
Aaron's always
I'm in a
bad
great mood.
He's a grumpy
Aaron's
man.
Holy
never
shit.
in a bad mood.
Holy
He's always
shit.
look how grumpy he is right now.
I know, I'm the worst. I am grumptacular, man. 2000.
If anybody's in a bad mood all the time, it's me.
I mean,
yeah.
you know,
I hate everything.
You know,
Except for bangs. Bangs are amazing.
I know. Like product placement.
Yeah, for the video audience. There you go.
Oh.
Bang
No,
is
the problem
horrible.
is they have the thing going the wrong direction.
Yeah, they should just sync it up.
The thing's going. What do you mean the thing's going the wrong direction?
Just don't worry
Yeah,
about
don't
it,
worry about
Travis.
it. It's fine.
God damn it, Travis.
Anyway, so
Travis, how was your week?
I figured
just about
out
to say
that
that.
Cody has a lady boner for Aaron. That was neat.
Lady boner?
Yeah.
Wouldn't I just have a regular boner?
No, you forgot
Since
that you're a lady. Don't worry about it.
Since I have a bone.
Then I also learned.
Wait. Why do I have a lady boner?
I know
for Aaron?
you have no explanation
wait,
for this
why?
whatsoever.
I want to know.
Well, I
I'm
mean,
curious. Is it because I said he's the best looking of the three of us?
yeah.
Is
I
he
mean-
speaking?
Yeah. You guys not picking me up? Hello. Hello. Oh, okay. Well, I don't know if it's working.
So wait, what's going on? Why do I have a lady boner?
That's
Come on, let's get into this.
I said yes. You can't hear me.
Why no? We can hear you
So
fine.
it's
Just
just because I said he's the best looking of the three of us. That's just a fact.
I mean, I'm not trying to say anything about myself, but it's not a particularly high bar.
I mean, yeah. So
And I'm not trying to sound like an asshole or
no,
anything.
it's just a fact. I don't understand the problem you have with this.
No, I mean, that's just okay. So I've been learning a lot about consciousness and perception, and so
Okay.
to be completely honest, physical attractiveness, I mean, is all debatable up to individuals.
Oh my
Beauty's
God.
in the eye of
Jesus.
the beholder and whatnot. So I found out this week
Yeah.
you're attracted to Aaron, or think he's the most attractive any which way.
Wait, so do you think you're the most attractive of the three of us?
No,
Is that
because
what
I
you're
don't think any of us are attractive.
Why?
You couldn't separate your own, I guess.
Oh, is this like a manly thing that you can't
No,
say a dude's attractive?
I just don't. I haven't ever gone, wow, look at us and how attractive or not we are.
Okay,
I just,
did I
That's
say
kind
that?
of that's
No!
going beyond though.
Did I say that or did I say
now
That's
now
going
who's reading
beyond,
into
though.
three
it?
of us?
Now who's reading into it? No, I just did.
Well,
I thought it was an
no.
interesting observation. That's it.
It was. I don't remember why I said that now, but I'm sure I had a reason.
I can't honestly.
I don't remember why you
I
said it
don't
either.
remember why I said it.
I mean, other than you're obviously, just horribly attracted to Aaron. That's why.
I mean,
Well, I mean, that
sure.
seems like incredibly
care.
yeah,
I don't care. It's fine.
like taking a small bit of information and just pushing it to its extreme. You know?
Okay. I was just mentioning it in passing as a joke because I thought it was funny that Cody would be like, "Oh, Aaron's obviously the most attractive." It was just
it's
funny.
just a fact. The people that watch the video podcast already know this. I'm ugly as dog shit.
I wouldn't say
You,
that.
I'm pretty ugly. And Travis is always pooping himself, which is not attractive.
I beg to differ. Some cultures find it very attractive.
Some cultures do.
I will give you this though, Trav. Back in the day when you were, more athletic, we'll say, that was the best way I could think of it.
That was the best way. I was going to say less fat.
You were an attractive man. Definitely.
Yeah, that's true.
Even Jess says it. She's like, man, I haven't, because we just dug up, well, I wouldn't say dug up, we found him on MySpace, pictures of you back in the day. Back when we played like it wasn't the Halloween show, it was the other show that we played
one out at
Guitar West.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I was like, hey, he was an attractive man. I'm like, I know he is. He's an attractive man. Yeah. I bet with a little bit of perseverance and dedication, you can get back to there. I think you'd be more attractive now than you were back then because you were like too skinny, and that shouldn't be a problem for you anymore. You should be able to find that nice little happy point.
No, my problem is because like I've been definitely like on my diet. Like, okay, like for example, yesterday, and I was really proud of myself. Yesterday, Alicia ordered pizza, and you know what I ate?
Pizza?
Nope. I made myself a roast beef sandwich with a little bit of mustard on it and lettuce and tomatoes and Dave's off some bread.
And cheese. All of the saturated fat cheese that you can shove into your mouth hole.
I can't eat cheese here.
Oh, yeah.
Because he'll poop himself.
So since you haven't been able to eat really fatty stuff, although roast beef is a little bit on the fatty side, but I'm sure it's a lot better than cheese.
It's super good, though.
It is super good. But have you noticed a weight drop yet? Or is it just your body's still acclimating?
I don't know, honestly, because I feel like I've been stuck because I was at 238 when I started this whole thing. I'm down to right now in the morning when I go step on the scale, and I haven't been exercising for a month because I've been so stuck on fucking school. And I know that's not a huge excuse. It's just I have to pay attention to it, and I usually spend 4 to 5 hours a day on school. But so I'm down to 214 right now in the morning when I go weigh myself.
Nice. That's 15. Well, it's almost 20 pounds.
That's
24 pounds.
4 pounds.
Nice. That's a big difference, dude.
I don't
Awesome.
feel like I look any different though.
Well,
and
so,
the pictures that I've taken, I always go, oh yeah, okay, well, yeah, I look way different, but I don't look
when you can quantify it that easily.
But I don't feel like I'm making any progress because for the last month I've been at 214 to 216 depending on the day.
Right. Well, I mean, at least you're maintaining, right? Because without that extra push from the actual exercise, you're probably not going to get too far. But
so is that the thing? Is you're not going to lose weight if you don't exercise like that?
No,
I've been meaning to ask that.
No, that's not necessarily true. If you manage your diet to the nth degree, you will absolutely lose weight. Absolutely. But the combination of diet and exercise is by far the most effective way to lose weight, gain muscle, be healthier, so on and so forth.
Yeah, and I just
click, click.
Yeah.
Oh, shut up. I turned my thing way down so that I could fucking you fuck off. Yep. But yeah. I don't know. I want to feel like I'm making progress again, and I just don't.
Just go to the gym then.
I would love to. But instead of going to the gym today, I'm here talking with you guys because then afterwards I have to do a quiz for psychology.
Yeah.
Well. I think you're doing great, buddy. I'm gaining weight, so.
Well, you're trying to because you're trying to be a box.
Not necessarily. I mean, yeah, I do want to be a box, but I did put some more weight on because I kind
of you're, but it's healthy diet. Weight though, right?
A little bit. Probably not.
Nah, probably not.
Probably not. I mean, I didn't gain a lot back. I'm up to 242 again.
Have you just been slacking on the diet?
Oh yeah, big time.
I feel shitty too because I've lost weight. I'm struggling with the what's it called, the skinny fat zone, because I'm trying to not put on more belly fat, but I'm also trying to put on weight, but muscle weight, which is really hard to do, and I'm kind of falling short. I think I'm not hitting my caloric intake that I should hit, but
you should take some of mine. Take some of my caloric intake. I think I have too much.
See, and that's my thing is I don't know how to measure macros, and I don't know how to calculate it, and I'm just trying to eat healthy things, and I don't know how much of those things I should be eating.
Well, it's not really that important to be like hitting your exact macros every day. It's more of just being aware of what's in what is the only reason why you should be tracking your calories. That way, when you eat roast beef, you can see how much fat there is in it from time to time. Because it's good stuff, but understanding what's important for each one.
No, I wanted to give you a recipe, dude. Like, I made the best vegetable soup in the world, and it's
the world.
It's entirely vegetables.
Soup sucks.
I can't do that. Just entirely vegetables. It doesn't work for me.
It's so
not
good,
saying it's
though.
bad. It probably tastes really good, but for me to get the amount of calories that I need in a day, vegetable soup is like super low. It's perfect for you, by the way, but for me,
yeah, like
no
for
bueno.
$30, it'll feed me for like a week almost.
Yeah, that makes sense.
But
Yeah,
it's still soup.
Hot water
Cody, you
food.
just
Hot
hate.
water.
You just hate. That's
I hate soup. It's just hot water with stuff in it. It's not.
That's
not
all you
good.
are, Cody, is hot water with stuff in it. That's literally what you're made up of.
He's not wrong.
I'm not asking anybody to eat me right now, though. Not right
I mean,
now.
Not right now.
Not right now.
Maybe later.
Maybe later.
Maybe later.
We'll see how Jessica's doing later.
You want some soup?
Jess, if you are watching this, I am sorry.
Fucking soup.
I apologize.
Who invented soup?
Soupy
Alexander
McGee.
Soup Bell. That's why it's
Fuck that
called
guy.
Campbell's.
That guy can go
Campbell's.
fuck himself.
John Soup
John,
McGee.
I hope it's just like Lawrence Soup.
All right, so I wanted to talk to you guys and give you a challenge. This week.
Challenge.
A challenge. So in my psychology class, I'm learning about substance abuse and sleep. And obviously, both of you are huge, horrible drug addicts. And
Right, yeah,
you have to
of
stop
course.
all your
I
drugs
love heroin.
right now. But
Heroin?
no, so
heroin.
I was learning about like over-the-counter drugs that we typically take, aka like caffeine. And I notice every time that we do this fucking podcast, what are you guys promoting?
We're not promoting an energy drink
We're not doing
that just
anything.
has tons.
We're not doing anything with items.
No, we don't do that.
I don't understand why you would think that we do
And
things.
if
with
I'm
caffeine
wrong,
things.
one bang, or if I'm not mistaken anyway, one bang has about 300 milligrams of caffeine.
Not
that right?
about, that's what it has.
That's, I mean,
Is
that's
that it?
exact.
That's-
yeah.
Oh, did I get
That's
it?
what it has.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I couldn't remember if it was like 250 or 3. It was somewhere in there. But
Eight
that's
million.
That's quite a few cups of coffee, and that's and if you're drinking that, like I'm assuming you guys drink that every day. Is that a daily occurrence?
No,
No.
definitely every
It's-
podcast,
yeah.
but not every day.
How
Honestly,
often would you say that you drink that?
2 or 3 times a week.
Oh, really? Is that all? Okay.
I would say once or twice a week, definitely for the podcast, and then maybe one other time.
Yeah.
Okay, that's not as bad as I thought. I thought you guys were drinking like one a day kind of thing.
No.
That's better than what I thought. So, what I want you guys to do though is try to cut out all caffeine and then tell me what happens next week. Because
Okay.
over time our brains learn to become dependent on things. And I'm curious to see
Like
what your energy
drugs.
levels will do. And like for me, for a while, I would have a soda, maybe not every day, but at least every other day.
Soda day.
And that's really, really bad. And so I didn't think, I was like, I could just quit it. It's not going to be anything that terrible other than I like soda.
So your caffeine content was purely from soda, and that gave you issues?
Yeah.
It's way less than.
Like, I didn't drink very
Soda
much
doesn't have
coffee.
much at all.
I didn't drink very much energy drinks or anything, because at that point I was like, oh, energy drinks are going to make me die.
Yeah.
Soda has like what, 30 milligrams of caffeine or something like that?
If that, it's not a whole lot. And I'm not
It's
sure,
a lot at all.
but you can also become addicted to sugar.
Yeah, I was thinking actually maybe you were into the.
And
sugar
so
more
I'm
than
not sure if it was entirely caffeine that it happened, but okay, so here's what happened. At about day 3, because I just stopped cold turkey. This was when I found, no, I wasn't pooping at all, actually, because I found out I had fatty liver, so I was like afraid to eat anything. On day 3, I thought that I'd go make myself some Brussels sprouts, and all of a sudden, I just got the worst terrible headache that I've ever had, and I felt like I was going to puke. And I was just like, oh, this is disgusting. And I thought it was because I made those Brussels sprouts. And I was like, maybe those Brussels sprouts were bad. I don't know. But any which way, I tried to fight through that. I took some ibuprofen and stuff like that. I felt a little bit better, but that lasted for like 3 days. And it just wouldn't go away. I was like, oh my God, I'm going to have to go to the doctor. I'm going to die. Because it was bad, you know. I got to the point where in the middle of raid, I was like, guys, I have to go. I'm going to go lie down. This is too much.
Yeah. And Trav doesn't stop a raid for nothing. Nothing.
Literally, when I had my knee surgery, I accidentally overdosed myself on ibuprofen. And I didn't stop raiding. There's a problem with doing stuff like that. Go to the doctor if you overdose on yourself. Don't keep raiding.
You're a nurse.
You should know
You're
better.
A nurse. How
So
do you
I was
do all
in the-
these dumb things.
I was in the middle of killing Black Hand, and Alicia, it was time for
That's
my
racist.
medicine. No, it's only his hand.
Just
It's not
a
the
hand.
rest of him. But I was in the middle of killing Black Hand, and Alicia came and set my pills next to me, and I didn't realize like what it was, so I just grabbed like a handful and went nom because I thought she separated them out for me. Turns out they were like
So dumb.
8 of the 800 milligram ibuprofen.
Oh my
Dude.
God.
And like Dan was in the middle of giving a
A rally
explanation of the fight. So he's like, guys, okay, we need to move this here, and in this phase we need to go over here. And I was like, Dan, he goes, what? God, because like I interrupt him. I was like, I need to go to the bathroom for a bit. He's like, why? And I'm like, I just overdosed ibuprofen. He goes, what? And so I literally just like hobble my ass to the bathroom, throw up, and come back and like, okay, I'm good. Let's go.
Wow.
Yep.
Wow.
Yep.
Yeah. So to give you an idea, like I'm not that bad anymore. I don't do shit like that. But to give you an idea, I don't hardly stop rating for anything. So yeah, I felt like shit. So I want to see how you guys feel if you completely cut out caffeine for a week and then report back to me next podcast.
Okay.
And I don't mind if you get to the point where you're like, this is too much and you have to grab caffeine. Just, be honest.
I can.
Don't think that's going to
Yeah.
be an issue.
I can almost guarantee you I'm going to be totally fine.
I have no idea. This is why I'm curious, because you guys don't seem like you drink
wait, what's
that much caffeine.
I heard that too.
What?
Oh, okay.
What happened?
Trav, you got all weird for
You
a
got
second.
all glitchy for a second.
Like you were having a glitch in the Matrix.
Yeah.
I am in the Matrix, but
PCs.
not an NPC, Cody.
Okay, go ahead. What were you saying, buddy?
But yeah, no, I'm just genuinely curious because a lot of people where this comes from, where they depend on caffeine so much, is we only get like 4 to 5 hours of sleep at night, which studies in the past said that 6 hours was actually okay. Well, recently they've come out and said that 6 hours is not near enough, that you need to try to get as close to 8 hours as you can. And the reason they thought it was okay is because for a while you'll be fine, but then you accrue what they call sleep debt. And with sleep debt, you'll actually sleep a full 8 hours and still need more. That's why sometimes people will just crash and sleep for like 12 hours, or they'll wake up after 8 hours and still feel like shit. And people are like, oh, you slept too much. No, you still weren't sleeping enough.
And this was based on one study, or
no, this is
multiple.
This is multiple studies. This is actually, I would have to look at my textbook, but it's, this was published last year. And it was based off the previous studies that they had done, which had come to inconclusive findings because they determined that they hadn't done studies for long enough. Like, they studied people for like a week, and they're like, oh, they did fine with 6 hours of sleep this week. Well, the next 2 or 3 weeks that they were doing that, or people that do that for 2 or 3 weeks.
Do.
What? What now, Cody? you want to speak up, Cody?
So, not to say that your textbook is wrong. It wouldn't be the first time a textbook was wrong.
No.
But I've read up on this a little bit myself, and I think we might come back to this conversation next week, and we'll have a more informed conversation.
Sure.
Because I'm curious about this. Because I've known, and it's actually a pretty common trait among what they would consider successful people, is to sleep for much shorter amounts than most people.
I don't think The Rock sleeps at all. So
Yeah, he just never sleeps.
I don't think so. He fucking works out at midnight.
That's true. Yeah, he does.
Does he really?
He was
Ew,
on his honeymoon
disgusting.
last week or whatever,
Mm-hmm.
and it was fucking 12 in the morning. He was fucking working out in
Why?
fucking Hawaii with his own gym that follows him everywhere he goes.
That's craziness.
Yeah, that dude's God. I love The Rock.
I
Can
mean,
just
yeah,
say
he's cool. Yeah.
I love The Rock. No, cool. No,
That's
he's
cool.
the coolest motherfucker on the planet.
Yeah, he's a decent dude. Yeah,
He's the coolest person that's ever existed.
he's human. Yeah.
What? But why would he do that? Like on his honeymoon? Was his wife pissed?
It was midnight. She was probably sleeping.
And also, I mean,
And he's The Rock.
he
If you're marrying
obviously
The Rock,
works out all the time.
yeah, if you're marrying The Rock, like you got to be okay
Like,
with
you
him
know,
working out every
right.
once in a while.
Every once in a while.
And by that I mean every 15 seconds. He goes back to the gym.
Right. Did you see that Kevin Hart got into a car accident? Yeah, that sucks.
Apparently he's going into surgery. He's pretty fucked up.
Yeah.
Damn.
What
But
happened to him?
At least he made it, you know?
His next special is going to be hilarious.
Wait, what happened to
No, I'm
him?
telling you, he's going to have so many jokes about this. He got into a car wreck. His friend was driving it was like a 1970 Barracuda or something, and he lost control and they went down an embankment or something.
Oh, shit.
Yeah,
But a
and
barracuda's a
he's-
fish. How do you drive a fish?
Good job. Good
That was
job.
a good joke.
Yep.
That was a good, yeah.
yeah.
I'll join you. I'll
Yep.
join you on that.
Mhm.
Yeah. Slow clap. Slow
Yeah.
clap. Yeah.
Yeah. I do like
He's
Kevin
getting
Hart, though.
surgery. But I'm telling you, his special's gonna be hilarious.
He must have
He's gonna
got
have
pretty
so
fucked up
many
to need the
back
surgery,
jokes.
though.
Yeah, no, it said major what was
Back
the term?
injuries.
Yeah.
Severe back injuries or some shit.
Mm-hmm.
And he's getting surgery. So I
Well,
don't know.
maybe his next special will be a what you would call a rolling special.
Too soon.
Am I a bad person?
A little bit.
Maybe.
You're hilarious.
Maybe.
That was funny.
A little
That
bit.
was good.
Little
I'm
too
excited
soon.
to see what kind of jokes he makes out of it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's gonna be funny. Because comedians, like, at a certain point when they hit a certain level of success, they stop being funny to me.
That makes sense.
Because it's hard to be like, it's hard for me to laugh. Like his one special, he was like, "Oh, I got this big ass house with this sliding door, and
Oh yeah.
I got all these problems because my house is so big." And I'm like, "Oh, that's hilarious." No,
Yeah.
it's not funny to me at all.
Well, yeah, because it's like, oh yeah, I can relate to that.
Exactly. Yeah, I can't relate to him like walking down his driveway that's like the size of a football field. And I'm sure that was a pretty funny joke.
It took me like 15 minutes to get to my post office box.
Exactly.
Bah, bah, bah.
That's just not funny to me. But if he's telling jokes about him being in pain, I have pain.
Yeah.
I can relate.
I know pain.
I can relate. I wake up in pain every day. So yeah.
Yeah.
So, you only laugh at stuff that's relatable?
I mean,
Isn't that how all comedy works?
That's how comedy
works. If you
works,
can't
right?
relate to the comedy, you probably don't understand it.
Yeah,
No,
when
I'm
somebody
just
says they
dumb
don't
and
get the
laugh at
joke-
shit when people start laughing.
Well,
Like
that's-
power of
yeah,
suggestion totally works on me. I'm not gonna lie.
okay.
yeah, fair enough.
But if you actually like enjoy a lot of comedy, like I do, you don't.
If
laugh
you
at
actually
things that
enjoy
you don't
it.
relate to. You know, I'm
Yeah.
a huge comedy fan. So
Oh, well, comedy is a way of life, you know?
yeah, I love comedy so much.
Yeah.
It's so good. But like
It's
that's why
so
I
good.
haven't found one female comedian that I like, and I don't think it's that women aren't funny. It's just I can't relate to having vagina problems.
Yeah, because a lot of them talk about vagina problems.
Yeah, but if you think about it, a lot of male comedians talk about dicks.
Yeah, that's true. But I don't think it's necessarily just that. It's just unfortunately the ones that have gotten really famous have always been those kind of women. And I know there's plenty of women comedians out there.
Like
They're probably
what was her name?
Sarah Silverman
Yeah.
Silver Sarahman.
that
I don't like her
don't
very
talk
much.
about their vaginas all the time. But it
Sorry, that's just funny to me. You know, they don't talk about their vaginas all
yeah.
the time.
But unfortunately, for whatever reason, nobody's picked them up, and it's dumb.
Yeah.
'Cause
I
I'm
don't
sure
know.
there's good ones out there.
I mean, there has to be.
No, there is.
Talking
there
about
is.
ginies and shit all the time grosses me out. I don't like it.
Gross.
Ginies? You're the one who just said ginies.
Yeah, it's a gross word.
No one in their right mind would ever say ginies.
That's funny. And it grosses you out. I just get bored by it.
It's just gross to me. Like when they're like, "Yeah, my vagina." I'm like,
There's a new headline for the podcast. It's like, Cody is bored by ginies.
Yeah, I guess you could take that the wrong way. And we started with how I said you're attractive. So this is looking good for me. I'm bored by ginies and I'm attracted to Aaron.
Yep, no
Go
judgment.
bang.
No judgment. Ew, gross, bud.
What happened?
He turned into a thwomp from Super Mario.
No, I'm not stretching.
I do that too when I stretch. Yeah, I have no idea what we were talking about.
We're talking about ginies.
Swamp
Oh,
ginies.
we were.
Swamp
Are you
Mario
sure we
ginies.
weren't? Are we not talking about ginies anymore?
No.
No,
Talking
Okay.
about Chinese ginies.
Okay. Aaron, did you have a thing?
Well, actually, no. What I was going to say was in continuation of our ginies conversation.
Yeah.
So Cody talks about being a fan of comedy and whatnot.
Say a fan of ginies.
You know,
He always talks about how much he loves ginies.
all them ginies.
Cody's like, boy, do I love ginies.
So,
Boy, I love them ginies.
Woke up this morning and thought, boy, do I love ginies.
More ginies.
Okay, what were you
But
saying?
what we need to do is Cody is an aspiring stand-up comic. Yeah. Are you not aspiring?
No, 'cause I'm
Are
never
you
gonna
not
do it 'cause
aspiring
I'm
to?
never gonna do it. I'd come
I'm
watch
never
you.
gonna do it. I'm a bitch.
I'd bring
That's
tomatoes,
okay.
but I'd come watch you.
But if all 1.5 people who come and listen to this podcast will come and watch you perform, would you be more apt?
No, less. Like I don't.
See,
want
but then you
anybody
just have to
that I
talk to
know.
a camera. You don't even have to. You could just stand up on the internet.
What? What are you talking about? I'm confused.
Like I thought Aaron was gonna try to say like record yourself, do it as stand up, and then put it out there.
Well, stand-up doesn't work like that. Stand-up works with a crowd.
Yeah.
Get a small
You can
crowd.
have a crowd of 2.
Yeah, bring
Also-
Jessica, bring other Jessica, bring
Jessica and Jessica.
You could bring Jessica.
and the other
Ooh,
one.
you could bring Jessica.
There's more than one Jessica, just so everybody knows. There's 2, in fact.
I think there's more than that.
Dos frijoles.
Yeah, technically there's 3 because I have a Jessica.
I mean,
So, yeah.
Aaron, were you trying to get to a point that we derailed? You were trying to pressure me into stand-up.
well,
Which I
no,
appreciate.
I was just being
Friendly
like,
pressure.
hoping to get you to.
I want to do it like super badly.
Well, then
I'm
you did
just
a little bit.
so scared
Little
of
bit.
things.
Dude, I totally understand.
like unbelievably scared of things.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know.
I totally get that.
It's kind of like when somebody puts you on the spot. It's like, oh, be funny. you know, oh, you're a comedian,
Yeah.
be funny.
That's the
You
thing.
comedian?
It's not so much like
I bet you're probably funny, right?
Yeah,
You
no.
tell a
Funny.
joke. Tell a knock joke and make me laugh my butt off.
It's
Or
not
you
even-
remember when we'd be
Fall
like
over on a
at the
stool.
bowling alley, Aaron, after a show?
I want to like
people
laugh
would come
so
up to
hard
me
I
and be
poop
like,
myself.
oh my god.
No,
If
people
you don't do that. You're
God
not
damn it, Aaron! Shut your
funny.
goddamn stupid. You're stupid. Shut up! I'm trying to make a point. You stupid.
You're stupid.
You're just
No,
a
but,
big
like,
dumb. Aren't you just a big dumb? Okay, go ahead.
I'm gonna delete this.
I'm done.
32. I'm gonna delete it.
What's up, buddy?
No, but like people after a show would come up to me and Aaron and be like, "Oh, well, you could scream. Oh, scream right now!" And then they'd be like, "I could scream," and they'd do like, "Listen to this pig squeal," like fucking.
No shit. This is actually
That really
happening.
happened.
Yeah.
That happened a
Yeah,
few
really.
times.
Yeah.
And they'll be like, "Oh, you can play a guitar. Play one right now." Aaron's like, I don't have one." He's like, "Oh, you're fucking terrible." Like I don't know. It's just really bad. So I get the fear of just going up in front of people because they're like, "Oh, be funny now."
Yeah. And it's not just the fact of being in front of people. I've been in front of people before. I fought in front of a
Yeah, but
people, I think.
I feel like fighting at the Orleans, like when you did that'd be scary.
it was until it wasn't anymore. Like
Well, after you
the
do it
very
so many times, right?
Well, the very first time that I was going to do anything fight related was fucking terrifying, right? Luckily, I was the first fight, so I got to get it done and over with really fast. But I remember it's kind of funny because, you know, I'm in the back and I'm getting ready and I'm scared and getting more and more nervous. And then I go for my entrance and my music hits and I look at my brother and I just go, I have to pee. Because I was so nervous.
Yeah.
And I was like, dude, I have to pee. And he's like, you're fine. You're just nervous. And then I couldn't see because I took my glasses off, left them in the back. And they
shit.
filled the arena with smoke and like the lights are down. I can't see.
You're coming out trying to look all aggressive, like you're gonna kick this dude's ass, and
And
you're
he's
like,
all squinting, like,
okay, I got this.
Luckily, I had Joel there because he got.
Joel
in front
just
of me,
grabbed you and was like, "Here you go." Like,
No, I did the.
let me hold your
I
hand.
did the boxing
I'll walk
kind of
you down.
entrance thing.
Oh, okay.
He walked in front of me. I put my hands on his shoulders, put my head down, and I just walked. I just followed him, and it was the easiest way to get there because I couldn't see fucking dick.
that was
And then
really
I-
nice of him to like.
Well, he had already been through it. He had already fought before me, so I think, yeah. My brain doesn't work. But we got into the ring, and I remember, like, so you don't really get to see your opponent that much beforehand. You see him at the weigh-ins, and you kind of see him around. That's about it. First time you get in the ring with a guy that's going to punch you in the face is pretty scary.
Yeah.
You start
Also,
looking at him like
was-
he looks bigger.
He was big as fuck. Like, I just looked at him and was like, oh my God. And I turned to Joel and I go, he's big. And that's Joel. Joel's great. I love Joel. And that's Joel's moment, right? To be like, you got him. You're bigger. Something that's a lie. Joel, though, I should know because I know Joel, just goes, yep, he is. I was like,
That's helpful.
okay, cool.
I love Joel. Like I didn't get to hang out with him very much, but our interactions that we
best.
did have, he was funny as fuck. Like,
Oh, he's fucking hilarious, dude.
and
He's-
I could just picture him doing that, looking at him like, wow, yeah, he is.
he just goes, yep. And I'm like, okay, so he's a giant and I'm gonna die. And then the fight
did you win?
starts. Yes, I did.
Ah.
You cut straight to the end, you shithole.
Yeah, I'm getting there. I figured I'd just tell the story now because I've never
Yeah,
told it
why
before.
not?
But so
It's a lie.
That's a lie? I've never told the story on I've told
No,
this on the podcast?
I was guessing that the whole story is a lie.
Oh, I was so scared.
Are
Like,
we
oh
doing
God,
that
my
now?
brain's getting bad.
No.
I forgot I told this already. But the thing starts, right? You go and these are the rules. You touch gloves, come out fighting, blah, 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 blah. So scared. The most scared I've ever been in my life.
Right.
So the thing starts. I walk out. We touch gloves because we're gentlemen. And then I don't know what to do.
Yeah.
I just freeze. Didn't move.
I forgot how to fight.
I forgot how to be a person.
I just
'Cause I
picture
didn't do
Cody
anything.
like going dink with his hand and then just keeping that position. Like,
Well, no, see, I didn't do that. I touched gloves and then I came out like this, although I know to keep my hands up. I didn't. They're down here protecting my nipples because that's good. And then I just didn't move. And the guy hit me in the face 3 fucking times.
That'll wake you up.
Super hard. Super hard. Yeah, it'll wake you up or put you down.
Yeah.
And it knocked me down. Almost knocked me out. Like the ref was over me getting ready to stop the damn fight. And you had to like give him signs that you're okay. And I just looked at him and was like, just kind of gave him a face like, no.
But holy shit.
Which in my head was,
I'm not
okay.
dead.
I'm okay. But the weird thing is once I got hit like that, everything went away. All the fear, the crowd didn't exist anymore. It was just
pure adrenaline.
It was just, I have to fight this guy or he's going to murder me.
Yeah.
Like this guy was murdering my face bad. So when I was on the ground, I just looked around and it was weird. It was like, not him. There he is. I didn't see anything else. Like I didn't register the ref or the crowd or anything. It was just him. And then his fist was flying at my face again because he attacked me on the ground.
Mm-hmm.
And I struggled through that first round. The first round was tough. You can see kind of whooped my ass.
Yeah.
I ended up turning it around, took him down, did a little bit of ground and pound. Probably lost the round. But then the second round was about to start and I wasn't scared anymore at all. Like no nerves. And Joel was talking to me. He was giving me advice. Probably. I don't remember.
He's like, okay, don't walk out there with your hands down and get punched in the face again. That you don't want to do.
That's probably what he said, but I was looking past him the whole time, looking straight at the guy I was fighting.
Oh, shit.
Just thinking, I'm going to fucking hit him in the mouth. I just want to hit him.
Angry mode.
Yeah, I was so mad. Because, like, my dad was there. My mom was there. Everybody was there. And I look like a bitch. Like, it was 5 seconds in and I'm getting my ass kicked.
That's really interesting to me because you're usually, like,
Was the
really
handyman
not
there?
into the whole thing where...
like tough guy syndrome?
Yeah, tough guy. And it's like, oh, well, I look like a bitch, you know? And then it turns on sometimes.
Well, I mean, I guess if it's a fight, like...
Yeah, but no, I get it. I'm not saying I don't get it because I totally get
Yeah.
it. It's just, it's weird hearing it from you.
Yeah, people do think it's weird. Like, people that actually know me think it's weird that I fight it, that I used to fight it all. So
I've seen
But-
you get pissed off though, and there's a switch there. Like, so it's
Yeah,
not that's surprising to me.
Oh, yeah.
Doors fear him.
I'm fucking asshole. I don't think they do. That door's unfazed. Fucking. Did I finish? I don't know what I
No,
was saying.
I'll be
you
right
didn't
back.
finish.
Door.
What?
That's why I
He's
going to
be right back, but we can...
Do you want me to wait for him?
Yes.
I think he said yeah. I'm gonna wait. I'm gonna be nice. I'm gonna. God damn it, Aaron. How long is this gonna take?
Too long.
It's already been too long.
It's already been too long.
Yeah, this is too long.
Yeah. So,
So where was I?
beginning of round 2.
Okay, yeah. I just wanted to hit him in the face.
Right.
Because I was just... It wasn't even so much like being a bitch. It was just, wow, this is embarrassing.
Yeah.
Like, I said that I can fight. I signed up. I put the gloves on. And then I just did nothing.
Yeah, it was a pride thing.
Yeah, so I had to at least make a show out of it. And I came out in the second round. All I could think was, I gotta hit him back. Like, he's gotta know that I'm not gonna just be a punching bag. So I came out. I finally got smarter because he was a boxer. So I kicked him in the leg super fucking hard. There's a cool picture. I gotta find it. It's on my Facebook of me throwing the kick. And I look all like badass martial artsy because I threw the kick really well. Hit him. It hit him so hard that he made like a sound. I could hear him grunt from the kick.
He's like, oh, shit.
And it picked his leg up off the ground too. So his lead leg is the one I kicked, right? So his lead leg flew off the ground in front of him because I
Did
kicked
you
him with
guys just
such
keep
force.
going without me?
Yeah, we're not going to wait
we
20
waited.
minutes.
We waited a second, so you're
I
not really
just
far
went
behind.
to
It's okay. No worries. No worries. Go ahead.
I was still telling the first thing that happened in
I'm
the second round.
offended.
He kicked him. That's all he got to. It's okay.
No, but what if I wanted to hear him say he kicked him?
Hey, Travis,
Yeah,
I kicked him.
it's not as genuine now.
I was still talking about the kick.
Okay, let's hear about the not genuine kick anymore.
I kicked him so hard his leg like came up off the mat and he made a sound. And he was like, oh.
And you know, when someone makes a sound during a fight like that, because you have like all this adrenaline going through your body, and usually, you know, you see a lot of guys that get hit in the face and make no sound, they just keep going. You know?
Well, not, you know.
So did he do the like sideways one-legged can with a?
Yeah. Yeah. That's a good way of describing it. Good job, Trap.
Yeah. You always wanted to kick me after that fight. I remembered that. You're like, let me kick you once. And I'm like, no.
I love kicking people. It's so fun. But to go off what Aaron said, when people just get hit in the face and don't think nothing of it, Joel's first fight, dude, he walked towards this dude and just took a right to the fucking chin. Like, bam! And his head just snapped back. It was like he didn't even feel it.
Right.
He just walked through the punch, took him down, beat his ass. I was like, holy fuck, okay.
I was going to say, Joel's more of a ground man, isn't he?
Yeah, definitely. Turns out I was in this fight too, because I couldn't stand with a boxer. But I did the leg kick, his leg flew up, and then when he tried to regain his balance, I threw a right cross. Like as soon as he tried to regain his balance, so he leaned forward into my punch. I got him right in the mouth. It hit really hard, and it was cool because that's the one time I remember hearing the crowd. Because as soon as I hit it, it made like a really kind of sick snapping sound, and the crowd just goes, "Oh!" That was cool.
You're like, yeah.
And what was even more satisfying was that the boxer just got hit in the mouth super hard that he tried to take me down.
Right.
He grabbed me and tried to take me down. So as soon as he grappled with me, I was like, oh, you're fucked, dude. I shifted. It kind of pissed me off because the magazine that covered it said that he took me down. He didn't take me down. I shifted my shoulders and my hips and I got a headlock. Like a professional wrestling headlock. It was a thing that I liked to do a lot. And I just squeezed the headlock and I just bulldogged him to the ground and just muscled him down basically with my weight. And once I got him to the ground, he had no idea what to do, like whatsoever. I had him in the headlock, and I remember that my mind started to work clearly at that point. And I even
like, now I know what I'm doing.
Oh yeah, I was totally confident at that point. I was like, this is fine. I'm good. And I'm holding the headlock, and I'm thinking, well, I want to take his back. I want to choke him, right? So I'm going to open my arms. This isn't going to work, but I'm going to open my arms and see if he sees a little opening there, maybe he'll try to get out through there. It shouldn't have worked. It worked. And he put his arm through. And as soon as he put his arm through, I cinched it back up. Because now your arm is trapped. Yeah. And I threw my leg over his back. And it's called grapevining. Some people call it. You hook your feet on the inside of their thighs and like stretch them out. So he's completely
so they
like
can't
this.
move.
Oh, that's unfortunate.
Yeah, so he's completely stretched out, and then I'm on top of him with my 185 pounds at the time, which I can't believe I was that small. And his hands, unluckily enough, fell under his chest. Oh, so he's like this.
So he's like pinned.
So he's completely pinned to the ground, and he's got nothing to do. So I just slipped my arm in for the choke, and I'm a nice guy, so I slowly applied the pressure. Because I was like thinking, he knows he can't get out of it.
Yeah.
So just tap, because that's what I would do. If I know I can't get out of something, I'm not going to risk it.
Right, yeah. You're screwed.
Well, yeah, because you'll get knocked out, right? Like, fucking... Huh? You'll get knocked out, right? Like, you go until they lose consciousness at that point if they don't tap.
Yeah, you got to go till the ref stops you. And that was part of the problem because I saw him, he was tapping. But his hands were here. So he's doing this. He's tapping on his chest. And I'm sitting there and I'm choking him. And I look at the ref. And I'm like, he's tapping. And the ref's just like,
How long did it take him?
Well, it would have taken longer. But I then picked him up. So I choked him more, but I picked his body up so he could get an arm out. So he slipped his arm out and then tapped. So I was being nice.
That was really nice of you. I don't know if I would have had the clarity to do that. You know what I mean? Like in the middle of a fight, like, oh, this guy's trying to tap. Let me just shuffle a little bit and give him an arm, you know?
Yeah. I really didn't know how much time was left in the round, too. And if that fucking bell had rung before I got the tap, I would have been so pissed. So I choked him a little more and got him to tap. And that was the most amazing feeling ever.
Yeah.
Was
I bet
doing that. Yeah. It was pretty cool.
That's awesome, and you get that great sense of achievement there too.
Yeah,
which is interesting too, because you don't really get that being a musician. You go up there and you're like, I hope we did good.
That's not true.
That's
100% not true.
Always cheer. They cheer for fucking everyone. Some dude up there go up there naked and just play the guitar. They'd be like,
that's not true. Okay,
cool.
Aaron, let me give you some examples. And I'm sorry, Cody. This will be quick because I don't want to take away from your story. But there's been times where we've been encored at somebody else's CD release. That was fucking cool. We've had people jump up on stage and fucking rock out with us. Like, I mean, we've had some moments, man,
this is
where
drunk
we had
people doing drunk people things.
We had the crowd going nuts, and then after us, people would just die off. You know it. I mean, Aaron, we like to talk shit on ourselves, but we had some pretty fucking good performances.
That's true, though. We did play a couple of shows where we were like the middle band, and after we played, everyone just fucking left.
No, and people went nuts over us. Like, we were good. If we would have taken our shit out on the road, I think we would have grown more, but any which way. Besides the point. Yeah. No, we weren't just terrible, horrible. We had some moments.
I don't think that's what Aaron was saying. I think he's saying it's more subjective than, oh, you just choked a guy out.
Yeah, like
that's definitive.
Oh, okay. So there's not a definitive thing.
Whereas, like, you guys played a lot of good shows, but at the end of it, Aaron goes home and he's like, well, I missed this chord, or I did this wrong, or we could have done this better. Whereas I went home and I was like, yeah, I just choked a guy.
Yeah, and won.
And it's over.
And it's something that's specific. Like, you fucking won. There's no doubting that whatsoever.
I could have done things better, still won, though.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
And with us, it's just like, we made it to the end of the show without fucking dying.
Yeah,
so, you know.
There was a couple times where we didn't make it to the end of the show without dying.
Yep, that's true.
Yeah, so fun times, though.
Yeah.
No, yeah, that's really fucking awesome.
Thing about it, though, was afterwards. Because, so you win the fight, right? And then the ref comes in, the doctors come in, everything.
Oh, they got doctors there?
Yeah, they have to.
I didn't know that.
Because if someone like almost dies, I'd
assume they'd have like paramedics, but I didn't know they'd have like a doctor.
Oh, well, that's probably what they were. I said doctors because medical people. They had medical people, and it was kind of cool because it was kind of dickish. But I won with a choke, so they don't let you stand up afterwards. They have to make sure you're okay.
Oh,
the guy that got choked. So
they want to check his head.
Yeah, he's sitting on the ground with the medical people around him. I won't say doctors. And then I get pulled to the other medical people, and they just check my hands because I won. So they're like, "Oh, you're fine, but are your hands okay? Did you break your hands?" My hands were fine. So I'm cheering while like there's 3 medical people around this guy on the ground that I just choked, and I'm celebrating. And one of the funny moments was a guy came up to the ring, and he was like, "Good fucking shit. Good job. Good fucking shit." And I'm like, "Thank you, sir." Found out later that was my dad. I couldn't see. I didn't have my glasses on.
Right.
You're like, that guy was awesome, whoever that is.
I was like, that guy loves me. It was my dad. But and then I leave the ring and I'm celebrating with Joel, everything. We're having a good time. And then they actually stopped me for an interview.
Oh, really?
For one of the local things.
Oh, cool.
They stopped me for a little interview, which I didn't really talk much. I'm shy. I had Joel talk, which Joel's the fucking best. Again, he just handled everything so well for me. Because they asked me a question. I was like, "Joel, you want to take it?" And Joel started answering. But the funniest part about that was we were right in the walkway of getting back to the locker rooms.
Oh, and so they were trying to start the next fight, or?
No, I got out first because the guy was still getting checked out. So he comes to leave, but he can't get around us. So he has to stop there and watch me do my victory interview after I just beat him. And I felt like an asshole. I was sitting there like answering questions, and he's sitting there with his head down, like a towel on it, all sad. I'm like, "Oh, I'm sorry. Can we stop and let him go through?" Yeah, it was cool.
Did you tell him good job, or like?
Well, after that, I walked away. I went to go get my gloves off, and he actually came up and gave me a hug. And he was like,
"That's pretty cool.
You worked me out there, man." And I was like, "You hit me so hard." That's all I said to him. Like, "You hit me so fucking hard." And it was funny because he goes, "Not hard enough," and he fucking walks away.
That's a pretty good answer, though.
Yeah. I was like, hey, that's cool. Yeah, and then I ended up hanging out with his best friend and his girlfriend for like 20 minutes after the show.
Without him?
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, without him.
That's weird.
Yeah.
That was kind of awkward, but
they found me. They came up and they said, "Good fucking fight, man." And they're like, "That's my boy, but man, you kicked his ass." So I was like, "Hey, dude, he was a cool guy." So the girlfriend was a little salty.
I mean, as per her right.
yeah.
Because the
She's,
guy-
well,
the guy
that's
said,
how
"Good
she's
fight."
supposed to act, you know?
Right, yeah.
Yeah, I guess, but she was kind of a bitch. But
She's like, I'll fucking kick your ass.
well, the guy said, "Good fight," and she goes, "It wasn't a good fight."
Oh, yeah, that
Yeah.
kind of.
And the guy goes, "It was a good fight. Just because our boy lost doesn't mean it wasn't a good fight." Yeah, it was a good fight too. Apparently, my dad stayed for the whole rest of the thing, and he said it was by far the best fight of the night. Which he's my dad,
Yeah, a little biased.
but we did win fight of the night that night.
Oh.
Yeah,
Oh, that's
There you
cool.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess that's a little more conclusive.
Yeah.
Again, more conclusive than a show.
Yeah,
I can't help but draw these parallels where I'm just like, yeah, well, you get something that's very succinct, don't you?
Yeah, we won. Fight
No,
of the
but
night.
like honestly, Aaron, again, this comes back to our major problem of being overly judgmental on ourselves. We did good. That's it.
Yeah, he's just saying definitive stuff. That's all.
Yeah, I mean, it's interesting how much more of a
Definitive.
clear
Yeah.
thing that he gets out of his, and
Yeah.
how uncertain the world of music is.
It is, yeah, it's weird. And that is why I started all this to talk about comedy.
Mm-hmm.
That's why comedy is more terrifying.
Yeah, and the same thing with music.
Because it's subjective, and it's like, I'm going to go up on a stage and be like, laugh at me, I'm funny.
Mm-hmm.
Just like you guys are like, hey, we're good musicians. Like us.
Mm-hmm.
And that sucks. Whereas with fighting, I just have to get in there and I have to beat the other guy.
Yeah,
Right.
I don't care if the crowd likes me. They can go fuck themselves.
Right.
If I beat the guy, I did my job.
right. They're just an afterthought.
Exactly. They're just, there.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't matter. But with comedy, like, they're all of it.
They're everything.
I have to get them to like me, and that is so scary.
yeah.
So that's why
So-
I wish I could just fight still.
I wonder if there is some way to kind of program yourself to make the audience the afterthought. You're doing the show for yourself. That seems like that actually might be something that's workable, and that would also be good for musicians also.
Yeah.
If you're like, it's not, because we also always used to tell each other, it's like, oh, it's just like another practice, man. Just get out there and just play it, and that's all there is to it.
Right.
And it's hard to turn off the people that are watching you, right?
With us, we're playing to them. With him, he's got to focus on the other guy. He doesn't have to think about, oh, what is the audience
Talking about comedy,
like?
though.
No, he's talking about changing it for comedy.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. I thought
so-
I thought you were talking about fighting still. My bad.
Yeah, no, for fighting, it doesn't, the crowd doesn't matter.
Yeah, but if we could somehow try to program our thought process to be like, for you, it would be like, I'm here to just do my gig.
Yeah.
And that's it.
Yeah.
Not worry about whether they.
But I just don't think that's a possibility for me.
I don't know if it would be for me
Because
either.
getting out there and then, like, I tell my first joke and I don't see anybody laugh. And it's like, oh, I suck. I'm not funny. What am I doing?
Well, just make sure that you have people there, because if you have people there, they will laugh.
Yeah.
And-
but see, I kind of don't want people there.
You do need someone to say instigate the laughter,
Right.
because you could tell the funniest fucking joke of all time,
and
but
if they don't know who you
but
are.
if they don't know who you are and they're not
That is a
prepared
big
to
part of
laugh,
it, yeah.
they're not going to.
That is a big part of it.
If Amy Schumer told the funniest joke of all time, I still wouldn't laugh because I dislike her stupid face.
That's true. That's true. I feel the exact same way. She could tell the best written joke ever, and I would hate her.
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. It's just so scary.
It is scary. It's horrifyingly scary. And
Can't I just go get more brain damage?
yeah,
I don't have enough yet.
yeah, well, you got to be, a lot more boxy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A whole
fucking
bunch
big
of more
now.
boxy.
I'm too big now. Like,
Yeah.
if I was talking to Jess about that. Like, if I was fighting now, oh my God, I would have been murdered.
Why?
I'm just too big. Like, I would have to lose so much weight.
Yeah.
Because
Why? Like,
at
are
my
you
weight-
big in a muscle way? Because, like, I mean, with your skill and
No, I'm a heavy guy.
Yes.
Like
So since you weigh like what,
241-ish right now.
So the other
240.
dudes who are 241 are fucking massive.
Yeah, murderers. They're like 6'5", 6'6" guys.
Yeah, just massive.
Holy shit,
dudes,
you weigh
ripped as
241?
piss.
Yeah, we talked about this earlier.
I don't know. Like that's bigger than I was. Fuck. Like, but you're muscle though.
He's also taller than you,
Yeah.
and he's built bigger than you also.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm like 7 feet taller than you.
And when I weighed myself the other day, I was 171.
Jesus Christ.
Makes me very upset.
Such a little boy.
I know. I have a long road ahead of me. I'm trying to get to 200.
Fuck.
And that's going to be like, I'll be fucking ripped as piss when I get there. But
Yeah.
God, it's going to be hard.
But like you were saying, those guys, man, they're monsters.
Yeah.
I
they're-
remember when
be
I went to fight,
171.
just the 205ers.
Yeah.
Like they were like 6'2", 205, just fucking shredded.
Mm-hmm.
And that's why, like, I was originally going to fight at 205, and I was like, saw those guys, no thanks.
Yeah.
Dropped down to 185.
You're like, nah,
And
that's
I was even trying to
that's
go
cool.
smaller than that.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, now I would be murdered. I would have to lose so much weight.
Yeah.
Yeah, but fun times.
Yeah.
Fun times.
Yeah.
I wish I could do it still. I really do.
Would training someone be fulfilling for you? Someone who was young and was capable?
Like, that wanted to fight?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think that I've been trying to do that for a while. Like, I've trained a few people, but they've never taken it to the point of actually taking a fight.
Yeah.
Because, like, usually once we get to the point where, like, okay, we're going to spar a little bit. Like, I keep my sparring to a minimum because brain trauma's, a thing.
Yeah.
So if we do spar, we try not to hit in the head too much. If
Go
we do,
lightly.
it's just little jabs, whatever. Stuff that's not really going to do much. But once we get to that point, it's usually hits that point where they're like, oh, I don't want to do this.
Yeah.
Like, usually it's a leg kick.
but
But that's
They're
the
like,
thing, though.
owie.
I always tell them, like, if you're going to fight, you have to be okay with this. And then I blast a leg kick at them in sparring, and they just don't want to. Because leg kicks are the worst thing.
Yeah.
They're fucking terrible. And people, they're so underutilized in the sport. There's a few guys that just make them look so good. I've seen a couple fights stopped because of leg kicks. 'Cause
Really?
the guy couldn't walk anymore. Yeah.
Shit.
And it's just, if you can't take a leg kick, man, you're not going to do it. You can't do it. Because leg kicks fucking suck.
Yeah.
They're the worst.
I guess in conclusion though, and we're all terrible examples of this, but like if you got something that you want to do, man, you do just got to get out there and do it.
I mean, we're not terrible examples.
Well, we are kind of bad examples because
We've all done it.
we've all done it. Yeah. I guess
We're pretty good examples, actually, because we've all done it.
yeah. Well,
I wanted to fight. I did it. You guys wanted to play shows. You did it.
yeah,
Like,
played a lot of shows as a matter of fact.
it's better than me with comedy of like, I want to do it, and then I'm never.
Well,
gonna do it.
If I
then
didn't
use
have
this.
to deal with people's bullshit, I'd still want to play shows.
Yeah, that's true. I'd probably want to play shows, but I don't have anyone to play with anymore.
See, that's the thing that breaks my head of what you guys did. Like, it's way harder than what I did. Because, yeah, I went and got punched in the face, but, like, you have to rely on other people.
That was by far
And
the
people
worst part.
suck.
Yeah, because the drummer that speeds up and slows down,
Yeah.
fucking people who overplay and all sorts of shit.
People getting drunk before the show, whatever.
Yeah.
Like, for me, I just had to show up and do my thing.
Yeah,
You
People not
guys-
taking their craft seriously, who would do that?
me forgetting parts.
You just forgot lyrics. Well, no, okay, you forgot words. Okay, fair enough.
There
Your
it is.
face there. It's like, yep, there you go.
Like, I had to
So
think
that's
about it.
crazy.
It didn't happen as often as you'd think. Like, there was only like 2 times that I can remember that Aaron just completely forgot.
A story we'll save for another time. Oh my god.
But I think it's good, Aaron.
I just
like that
remembered,
message.
though. It's so funny.
For the half a person that's still listening,
Yeah, no, but
if there's
that's a
something
good
you wanna do,
message.
fucking do
Good
it.
matter.
Yeah, you kind of just have to, even if it's in small, like really small amounts. Even just doing it on the internet for people's,
Yeah.
get out there and
Doing
do it.
this shit was scary for me.
Right? Yeah, it was kind of scary for me too. And
Now I don't give a fuck.
Right. It was kind of one of those things like when we all first started, it was a little bit of, camera fright or whatever.
yeah.
You know?
Stage fright.
And like,
essentially.
well, I'm calling it camera fright because it's not really a stage, right?
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
and kind of, I guess we were trying to be entertaining, and that's
Yeah.
kind of what made it feel kind of not, I guess, what am I looking for? Like,
Genuine.
no, well, I guess sort of genuine, but I mean, like, we were.
I don't know what's happening.
I'm trying to think of the words. I'm not going to think of
Aaron's
the
doing
words.
things with his hands, and I don't understand it.
Yeah, I'm trying to figure out the words for it, but
Well, natural, maybe?
yeah, we're a lot more natural now.
Because now we don't talk
too
about
forced.
anything.
Right. Yeah, maybe it was forced. I was just
Yeah.
ingenuine. We were just trying to be something that we weren't.
Yeah.
And that was the problem.
It's good to put yourself in uncomfortable situations.
Absolutely, it helps you grow.
But the biggest thing is, like...
you can't get taller without breaking a couple spinal columns, you know?
What the
Jeez.
fuck? That is absolutely not true. That is completely
gonna say,
untrue. Listen, sir, I'm a nurse.
It helps a lot if you have somebody there with you.
Yeah.
That, you know... Because for me, for my fight, I had Joel. Mm-hmm. And that was the best thing I could have had.
Right.
Because he's a douchebag.
Yes and no,
He's so
because if you do
funny.
absolutely horrible, then I'd prefer nobody saw it.
That's true. That's why I don't want anybody there for my comedy. Also, if I had gotten knocked out in 15 seconds, Joel would still be talking about it. He'd be here right here, like, talking about how I got knocked
He'd
out.
call into the
Anytime the
podcast
conversation
and be
came up,
like,
he would
hey.
just pop up out of
yeah.
nowhere.
It wouldn't even have to be brought up. He would just walk in and be like, hey, you remember that time you got knocked out in 10 seconds? Because I would do the same thing to him.
Fucking hell.
Anyway, that was a good conversation.
It was,
I dug it.
I felt like I
enjoyed it.
talked too long.
No, you didn't.
But,
that was
you
a
know.
perfect amount. It was like, yeah, more
No,
bland.
it's fucking terrible. Fucking horrible.
Well, I've never
Whole
told
thing.
that story on the
Fuck you,
thing
Travis.
before.
Whole
I don't
thing
know
was
if I've
not
even told
entertaining.
Travis that story before.
I don't think so either.
You've told me bits and pieces, but you've never gone in depth.
Yeah, it was fun.
Mm-hmm.
So fun.
So, hopefully you guys enjoyed that. If you did, leave a like. Leave a like. And subscribe to this channel.
Yay.
Subscribe. And if you want, you can subscribe to Cody and I's channel also.
Yeah.
Breaking the Cycle.
There
The
might
link
be a video
is
on there eventually.
in the description. Recently, our VTOS video hit over 1,000 views. I thought that was pretty cool. Also,
It's awesome.
I just put out an EP called Lost.
We didn't talk about that.
That's okay.
It's really good.
I guess.
For
Anyway,
those of
if
you
you wanted
who
to
are
listen
wondering,
to it,
hold on. An EP is an extended play, so it's not quite the length of a CD, but it's like a demo, so it's really good. Listen to it.
Don't most people know what an EP is by this point?
No, not
Maybe.
really. I said I asked a few people at work, like, "Hey, listen to this EP," and they're like, "What the fuck's an EP?"
Oh.
You know, there's no analytics on Bandcamp, so I have no idea how it's doing.
There's
Really? There's
analytics
none?
at all?
None. Yeah, I thought there was going to be like analytics of some sort. There's not.
That's weird.
So I'm just like, well, hopefully people like it.
It's really good.
Well, I hope so.
I thought, yeah.
Anyway, and all of you out there in podcast world,
In
you know, there's
podcast
in podcast land, you can check out all the links for everything in the show notes.
I'm sweating.
And yes,
Sorry.
good job.
Our outros are always the worst because I don't stop
It
talking.
is the worst. It is the worst. But anyways, you guys
I
have
don't
a good
think that's
day,
the
and we'll
reason.
see you next week, you son of a whore. Bye.
Bye. I'm a muffin.